Hello everyone and welcome to my page Messages from Venus. This is Madeline and I want to make a couple of announcements prior to doing the review of Le Tarot des Femmes Erotiques. Erotic femme tarot deck. I'm botching the shit. But listen here. I am having a 40% off sale using coupon code 44 Gateway 44. For those of you who are interested, so from now until February 18th, using that coupon code on my Etsy shop, you will get 40% off your purchase. Anything on my shop above $1.25, which is, I think, or above $1.75, which is everything basically. I also would like for you guys to support my little brother, Lennex Martinez. He is a baseball player. He is looking to achieve $5,000 on his GoFundMe account to go to Puerto Rico to play in a league in Puerto Rico for baseball. I would appreciate your assistance very, very much if you guys support my little brother's GoFundMe account. And the links and all the information will be listed below. I will send you guys a free sample of the prosperity oil, which will be in a small, you guys can go and see the sample of the prosperity oil, which I have to change the picture of that, but you guys can go ahead and see the prosperity oils and the samples. You'll get exactly that for free, no matter how much you donate. And that's just one time. So if you decide to donate again, you can only get one prosperity oil. I will do a separate video in regards to that. Or you can choose between a prosperity oil and an unconditional love oil, which is also on my shop. So stay tuned for that video in regards to my little brother's GoFundMe account. So let's get started with the review of this deck. This is, like I said, Le Tarot des Femmes Erotiques. So this is the box it comes in. It's one of these little cardboard boxes, but it's good because it's tough and it holds the deck very well in it. It's a self-published deck, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, and it's a Etsy publication. Well, the first time I saw it was on Etsy, so I guess that is where it is. Even though they do have a vintage erotica tarot.com. You guys can go on there and check out how you can get the deck, information in regards to the deck. These are the backings of the decks. I'm not really fond of the backings of the deck, and this is the extra card that it comes with, explaining to you why the deck was created and where you can find the deck. So, like I said, these are the backs of the cards. The cardstock is thin. It's thin and bendable, but then it's glossy enough where it makes the deck thin. The borders, there's borders inside, and you can say these are borders outside, but the borders are inside the deck. I'm going to flip through as I tell you guys the story. So a couple of days ago, I had a dream in regards to this deck. This deck was on my wish list for a very long time, and then I decided to go on strike because I realized how a lot of other people realized that there is no the decks are too whitewashed that are coming out, and it's not okay because we're in the year 2016 and people should fucking know better. So once I realized that the deck stood in my physical wish list on Etsy, but I wasn't going to get it until about like 2 weeks ago, when I decided that I was going to sell my Vintage Wisdom deck, which I totally trimmed. I wanted to buy another one, and then just so happens that on eBay, this deck and the Vintage Wisdom deck were both up for sale for the price of one. So I decided to go for it. I was like, you know what? I had a dream about it. If decks come to me in a dream, then that means they need to be in my collection. Must, no ifs, ands, ifs, buts about it. Even if I don't like the deck, they're coming to me because they want me. It's like a spirit wants to work with you and you don't want to work with the spirit, but they keep stalking you. So then you have to pay attention. It's kind of like that. And then so yeah, so I decided to purchase the deck. You guys can go ahead and check out my 60-second first impressions, which I actually uploaded today because I got the deck today. And today is the 4th of February, if I'm not mistaken. So far I feel like it's the deck is supposed to be my collection number 1, and number 2, it's going to strengthen my relationship with my own inner self, and heal certain female wounds that I haven't healed in the past, and that keep coming up in my current relationship, my current love relationship, and in other relationships where it's just something that I haven't been able to let go of. So I think this deck is going to help me a lot. It's going to break barriers, because I'm going to see myself in people that I usually do not see myself in, okay? So it's going to push my limits and my boundaries that I currently, my walls that I have up in every sense of the word. So the deck in and of itself, the colors, I don't mind. A lot of people don't like the colors. They get annoyed with the colors that were chosen. I don't care for them. The deck at the bottom has keywords or a sentence to describe the card. Then at the top, it has the symbols of the suit that the card is under. There is a lot of nudity. This deck does support a lot of course, females and lesbian relationship, and it does overall support a lot of self-love and dedication when it comes to the artwork of the female body, because it is an artwork. All of the major arcana have the numbers on the side, but they're all Roman numerals on the side. And some of the cards are not Rider-Waite-Smith based, like some of the pictures. So you kind of have to like think outside of the box. So this is the 2 of Pentacles, and it says juggling work, but then they're just sitting there. So it's a little different. It's a little outside of the box. This is the Death card, which is a little strange how they would choose this as the Death card. I would choose this as the Hanged Man, but people and their perception is what makes these decks fantastic. This is the 2 of Cups. So yeah, I don't think there are any males in this deck, of course. And it's based off of 20th century women, or pictures taken of women in the 20th century, of how different bodies, female bodies, were portrayed or looked at, and what seemed to be perfect now, which is mostly like skinny innie models nowadays. It's very different. It takes away from that perspective as well. If you want to experience a deck that allows you to experience your inner feminine or your past lives as a female, to be able to understand the female, this deck is good for you. This deck is not limited to women only. This deck can also be used by men, because everyone has a female side to them, even though not everyone is born a female. But if you're willing to understand and look at your partner in a different way, and even if you don't read the tarot and you just want to understand the divine feminine or the divine prostitute, this deck is absolutely wonderful to use as well. And the reason why I say the divine prostitute, and excuse the noise in the background, is because the divine prostitute is always portrayed as not divine. So the prostitute is not portrayed as a divinity or something sexual or something powerful, when it actually is. I will be making videos somewhere in the future of my channel in regards to the divine prostitute and how everyone has a divine prostitute. So if you want to explore that, you can. If you don't know what the divine prostitute is and you're waiting for me to do these videos, you probably will die waiting, because I'm like really backed up on videos, and it's not a place to, it's not what I want to talk about right now. I want to talk about like ancestor workings and like finding thyself right now in my videos and my current events. So when I get the chance, and I get the divine messages and the divine push to do these type of videos, and I will do so. If you're not comfortable with nudity, like I said, you're not going to like this deck. This is all pictures of nude women feeling themselves, basically. Okay, so I'm not going to show you all the pictures. And also, there's pictures like this that have a little bit of color in it, but not at all. Not hardly as much as some people would have liked this deck to have. I've also heard people say that they would have liked this deck to have like golden sides to it, but it's like, you guys, this is their artwork. I don't judge decks by their artwork. It's just I judge decks more for like what the message is behind the deck. Art is art, and it should be respected. As far as the shuffling is concerned, if you ever had a shiffer deck, it's a little less thicker than the shiffer decks. You can shuffle it to the side like I just did. Some people would feel comfortable in using this deck as an oracle deck. That's perfectly fine as well, because it has messages at the bottom, but it is a tarot deck. It really is. You can do a full spread with this deck and not have a problem. And you can use this deck for anything, even though I feel like self-love and relationships, self-love, daily draws, and relationships will be perfect fit for this deck. Like I would not choose this deck for a career reading. Like I really wouldn't, unless I'm getting pulled to do so, and then I have to explain that to a client. But I don't think it'll ever pull or want me to use it like that. So it's easy to shuffle, just so you guys can see. And yeah, this was the review of the Le Tarot des Femmes Erotiques or Erotica, I don't know. You can find this deck on eBay, you can find it on their website, and you can also find it on Etsy if you're looking for it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.